I think it's a great team win. Another gritty win, coming in and finding a way to win. We know this has been a challenging environment to play in and a really good opponent for us over the years. And I'm just proud of the way that we competed. Didn't quit, found a way, played very well situationally to an extent. Obviously a lot that we can improve from, but it's always good to get a win out here, and they don't come easy. And so we had to go out there and earn it, and we did.
What worked in the first half, especially against the blitz?
Well, it's just about execution. It's just no different than what I've said on a Wednesday talking to you guys. It comes down to execution, and got to execute at a high level and continue to learn as things go on.
What do you think held the passing game back in the second half then?
I'm sorry?
In the second half, the passing game wasn't as sharp. Is there any common theme you saw in the second half that was maybe holding you guys back?
Execution.
2 touchdown throws to Goddard.
There you go.
Those little shovel passes. I know you've had it in offense for a couple of years now. What's like to get to that moment to use it?
I think that's something that's been in the clip a little bit, and great call by KP, being aggressive in that and letting it rip, and we got a lot of confidence in that. We got a lot of confidence in, honestly, all the things we rep a lot. It's just a matter of going out there and bringing it to light. And so, great way to get in on Dallas, for Dallas on both. It didn't come easy, but he found a way.
And also the
football bunch in the past.
I'm sorry?
When you talk about complementary football, your defense makes some stops when the offense was sputtering. How much did that mean for the offense?
I think it's more so, man. I heard Zach Bond said playing team defense, and some guys were banged up. I know we had some guys that had to step in and play within a role that they hadn't been asked to an extent, and they played a hell of a game. And I think from a complimentary standpoint, you couldn't ask for more in the first half. We just have to put it together as a team, and that's something that you can learn from, and that's something that will be fixed. But we're finding ways to win, and that's what it comes down to in the end.
the fake push. A, what was going on there, and B, does that kind of put it into the mind of teams going forward that, hey, they might run a fake on this,
I don't have too much of an in-depth explanation for what it was. Exactly what you saw.
It's now been almost a full calendar year since you started and lost the game. I know it's a big picture question, but you think about that run of success, just what does that stat mean to you?
Man, it can, you can be on top one day and at the bottom the next, so this game is very humbling, and I take that approach in it, and you just got to be of the notion of getting better, stretching yourself every day, trying to grow every day, having that competitive mentality with things every day. And that's what we have as a team. That's what I have. And just want to continue to build off of that.
And speaking of us, Nick said his was don't let good get in the way of great. What's your interpretation of that?
Say that again?
Nick said his message to the team was don't let good get in the way of great. What's your interpretation of that?
This has been his message all week. Don't let good get in the way of great. And it's a challenge to not settle for good. It's a challenge to be critical of yourselves as players, as coaches, everybody, and say, how can we be greater than what we are? And so, like I said, it's a humbling game. If you don't have that mentality, then you're really doing a disservice to the game itself. So we play this game to win. We take great pride in winning. We also take great pride in improvement.
You guys have talked a lot about focusing on this season, this particular stadium. What you're seeing is there is relevance to come out here with a win, and does that reinforce kind of the focus on this?
Yeah. I mean, every game is circled, and they're all circled with their own reasons of why. And I think being able to come and find a win in a very competitive and tough environment against a really good team, a well-coached team, that's something you take pride in. And again, you always take pride in the things that you can improve on, the things you see on film when you watch it and say, hey, we can be better here. But there's pride in everything overall.
To take the lead on your cleats, you said John Air, where did you just kind of come up with that concept, and how creative do you like to get with some of the messaging you have on your cleats when you're out there?
That's just something that John Air. I mean, something unique. John Air came up with it in the off season, and usually when I pick out my cleats, I don't know which one I'm going to wear until maybe when I wake up or when I get to the locker room, trying to have everything available. And I felt like this was an 11 type of day, and it was a John Air type of day, and it held true. So it was good to wear those.
The first time in offense, already up 7-0.
Say that again?
How nice is it to take the field as an offense already up 7-0?
You're not looking at the scoreboard. You're not looking at the scoreboard. You don't play the game that way. And if that question makes me want to watch the film and be as critical as I can be of assessing it from that perspective, having a clicker in my hand. But when you're going out there and you're playing a game, it's about execution. It's not about looking at the scoreboard. It's not about what anyone else is doing. Obviously, you have a ton of trust in everybody around you to go out there and make plays, and that was a big time playing the game. At the same time, the game goes on, so you have to play the game as such. Those plays matter. Those plays are important. Those plays build a next level of enthusiasm and energy. But we know those things can end and begin at any moment. So just gotta play within yourself each play and take it a play at a time. But great overall complimentary play. With it starting like that and defense playing the way they did, and then us being able to capitalize in the first half and being able to hold them off in the end.
Jordan Mailata said he feels like you guys are in a good place. When you left here after week 4 last year, you were soul searching. Where do you feel like you guys are? And would you agree with Jordan that you're in a good place as a team, especially compared to a year ago?
It's a matter of how you look at it. I think we were in a good place at 2-2 last year. We had a lot of opportunity in front of us. I think we're in a good place now, no different, because we had a lot of opportunity in front of us. And so we're looking at the standard of execution. You guys may look at the record and say, well, be a hound for negativity in some regard, but regardless of where you are when you're this early in the season, you're still searching to try and elevate and play to a standard of execution. And so great opportunity in front of us as a team to continue to build, continue to grow, have a desire to learn and support the collective of what we do. I've said before, talent wins you games, but, a certain level of team, collective play, collective attacking, and intelligence in the game, that wins you championships. And so we just want to continue to build in that direction.